Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so very much for joining me and for the solidarity that's on this channel. Thank you so much. We do need to encourage each other, inform each other, support each other, us social justice warriors. In any case, I want to read on some uplifting things today. I'd love to read. I would love to just ask Spirit. And this is the spirit of all that is good, and only that is good. All that is truthful, and only that is truthful. You know, all that is creative and loving, and only that is loving. And I do ask Spirit to let us know what you'd like us to know during this time. It's a time of worry sometimes for people. I feel like I'm totally underestimating here what people are going through, because I'm more than worried. You know, it's a time, it's an emotionally tense time. And it feels like there's a lot at stake right now in the U.S., but then everywhere too. There is still so much horrible living conditions. It feels like at a time when the U.S. needs to be so true to its democratic principles and equality for all, so true to that, we are falling down, you know, at a time when we need to be that for the world. Instead, we see these steps backwards, and we see corruption appearing in our government. So I'm concerned, you know. Everybody is more than concerned. These principles of democracy, not to say that democracies are perfect, but the basic principles are beautiful. So Spirit, please, what would you have us know about this current era in U.S. politics and beyond? Okay, yeah, the Empress. Very powerful card. We are pregnant with a new possibility. Now the Empress, with the Empress, that doesn't always mean that there will be a new birth. You know, people can stay pregnant with a new possibility for a long time. I have found that when this card comes up, even if people don't act on it, it just keeps surfacing, you know, until they do. Okay, oh yeah, look at that, the challenge card. It is time. Now is the time. That's what Spirit is saying. This is your challenge. I'm offering you a new beginning. I'm offering you new life. Now is the time. And births are painful, but so worth it. The Two of Swords. So underneath it all, in the subconscious, in the collective subconscious right now, is some indecision, some confusion, definitely need for information. What is the right way to go about this? And you know, in the U.S., I've asked about the U.S. here. You know, we have two-party system. We do have other parties, but the two that are dominant, of course, are the Republican Party and the Democratic Party. DFL, Democratic Farmer Labor Party. So we have confusion. We need more information. We are just having a little tiny bit of moonlight, but you know, there's more we need to learn. We need information to make the right choices. That's what's difficult for the U.S. right now. Okay, and in the past here, we have this King of Swords. Now that guy, he keeps showing up. Look at these cards, you guys. The same cards all the time. The Wheel of Fortune. The Empress is new. Don't see that one a lot. So that, I like that coming in. I I do. But the King of Swords, that has been Mueller, it has been investigations. In a much larger sense, it's been the truth coming out. It's been facing the hard, cold truth and speaking about it and planning accordingly. That's what the King of Swords does. He's not to be messed with. So we've already begun that. And that spirit has been definitely over our country. I think it may be worldwide. This time of truth coming out. We have the Ten of Cups above it all. I think that's a reminder to us that we need to be grateful for what we have. By and large, in this country, it is still a safe place to raise a family. There is a chance at happiness and contentment. It gets more difficult with income inequality growing, but we are very fortunate. And we need to remember that, because there are so many countries who are not so fortunate. And we need to value what we have. And the democratic principles that created this. You know, capitalism is part of that. But, you know, free trade. However, unchecked capitalism can be contrary to the principles of democracy. It's a very complicated issue. It is a very complicated issue. What we need is a lot of truth and information. That's what we need. In the near future, look at that. Bedeviled. We're at a place where we're still bedeviled. In other words, not all of us, and it could be due to lack of information, not enough information. There aren't enough of us understanding what is needed or having the information that we need to get our new beginning. So the devil shows up when it's time. You know, that's just part of the cycle. You think about the fool's journey. And the devil, his place is to allow misery to grow in some ways, I guess, when it's laying the groundwork for us to be willing and able to start our new beginning. You know, after the devil, yes, the fool, the Empress, new beginnings. Sometimes a tower. But the devil, the devil sort of gets us ready for the tower. The devil sort of helps us to feel the discomfort of staying the same, doing the same thing we're doing day after day, year after year. It's a rut. It's repetitive. It's sometimes obsessive. That's the devil. And, you know, he's not to be feared. This is, in tarot, this too shall pass, and it will make way for the next change. So for the U.S., that devil has really been greed and avarice. It really has been. So we still have some of that in the... Oh my gosh, you guys. The tower. Wow. I just said the devil is usually followed by the tower. It gets us ready for the tower. It gets us ready to see the tower as something that maybe was inevitable and can have a good outcome. Wow. So tower at the base of it. It's a tower time for us in this country. It is our tower time. And it's not comfortable, but it's necessary. After the tower, things change. So I'm actually very encouraged to see the tower there, you guys. If I saw the devil and no tower yet, I would be thinking, oh no, how much time are we going to spend in doing the same thing over and over, you know? But no, there's a tower, and I do think that is, you know, midterms and around now, just really getting at the truth. making that truth come out. Really, that's what's needed. We all want information here. Boy, do we want information. In the immediate environment, we have the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, and that is the experience of many American families now, American people, where the harvest, I mean, they're working people, and the harvest is there, but it's just not enough. There's a lot of financial worry. There's a lot of financial worry, and looking off into the distance and looking at the political figures and saying, what is going on here? Wall Street's booming. Why are wages again not keeping up with the growth there? And as they've been doing for decades. What is going on? Thinking, pondering, what do we need to be doing about that? Nobody's just going to give us that. And then we have the Strength card. Oh, I love that. Look at all these major arcana, you guys. Some huge things are happening. Look at this. And that is the energy we feel under us. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. We need to understand the energy and the tension that's raising underneath us. Even though it's uncomfortable because we are in the devil right now, we need to understand that as energy from the universe, energy from spirit, to prepare us for the changes ahead. And it is good, ultimately. And we have this Strength card saying there's some divine protection. I do believe that, I personally believe that the Constitution of the U.S. was divinely inspired. I do. Oh, there were many more inspirations that needed to come along the way. And we still need plenty of that. But I think some of the core tenets of democracy were divinely inspired. And it looks to me like, you know, how conservatives are worried. Well, a lot of people worry that America would no longer be blessed. Well, I believe that to the extent that we stand for principles of equality and rights, human rights, we are still blessed. We are still blessed. There is protection. There is a future. There is an Empress, okay? Okay. And in the outcome, Two of Cups. Look at this. The Two of Swords underneath it all is replaced by the Two of Cups. And you know what I believe that is? I believe that's learning to work together in mutual respect. I like that it's in our outcome. I think that after these midterms, there will be much more bipartisanship. The information that keeps coming out will bring us together. Yeah, I think it's a good time, okay? That energy you feel, don't stress about it. That's the pressure cooker. That's the pressure cooker building steam so that we can have this, the Tower. But don't worry about the Tower. We have some divine protection and strength. Spirit is being very generous to tell us what's going on here. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, and we have the Three of Pentacles. Building together. We do need our learned people. We do need our politicians to help build something new and beautiful, like the artisan is doing. So I see a beginning, too, for us after the Tower. Yeah. And let's see about this. And look at that, the Nine of Pentacles. That's telling us there's still security, okay? I do think, even though this is uncomfortable, there is security still in the U.S., and there will be financial security as well. I mean, even if the stock market dips, it's still, I do still see some sustained financial security happening. At some point, there might be quite a dip in, to kind of bring more to the fore about need for change. See, that's just it. If you resist change and you won't see what's in front of you, and you can't see it, that just means the devil has to work a little longer and try a little harder to make it uncomfortable enough to do something about it. So let us hope that we can all get it and go with the facts and go with what we know to be true right now. So we have a little more time in this, It does actually look good, though. I like the cards. They do look good. As long as we remember what the devil is for here in this reading and the Tower. All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you not only to fellow citizens, but also to those who tune in from other nations. We are truly a global village, and we're all hoping for help. For those who are less fortunate, for those who are in war-torn countries, for those who are suffering. Yes, our hearts are with all of them. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.